My name is Dr. Jeremy Thornton. I am a chiropractic physician, clinical nutritionist, board certified internist, and I've been in practice now for 28 years. And as I was saying, when this crossed my plate, I was not terribly excited about a natural peptide technology. I did not think that there was anything that worked, that survived the digestive process, that got in meaningful levels in the bloodstream. And, I just really never seen anything in the metabolic space in the natural realm that excited me or that I found that helpful. And so I didn't have a great open mind when I first was experiencing being exposed to this technology. And so I'm excited about it. Was a patient that I got to share in the presentation that I did in LA. I just got the results back. And as you can see, this patient was diabetic, and we were able to get their 6 months labs back. And the only thing here that we changed was that we were already working on diet. We were already working on all the things we should be. And they had improved prior to this January lab work from where they once were. But then we added the drops. And as you can see, we had significant improvement in fasting glucose, significant improvement in A1C. If you jump down to the bottom, significant improvement in inflammatory markers. And I get excited. Of course, I get excited when I see people feeling better and having, less symptoms and all those things. I love testimonials, but I get super excited to see data, right?
It comes to salmon allergies and fish allergies. Great explanation. The ginger, the lemon peel, the beetroot. How about if people had allergy reactions towards those? Is it the same as the response with the salmon?
It's not. Well, first of all, let me repeat the question because I think it's important for everybody here probably to hear that. So the salmon technology is, of course, we have proteins, then we break that down to amino acids, right? And then smaller than that, we have peptides, right? And so the peptides used are measured in Daltons, which is hard to imagine how small that is. We're like in nanoparticle size, these Daltons are. And so they're so small, these peptides, that the immune system does not recognize them any longer as salmon. They just recognize them as peptides. Okay. And so that's why people that have fish allergies or seafood allergies can utilize this. The body does not recognize it. The immune system does not recognize it as salmon. So that's great for those that have fish allergies, can utilize this technology. Now, the other things are not peptide sized. So, if they have although there's just a tiny amount in here, but if they have a beet sensitivity, or if they have a lemon or ginger sensitivity, that could be problematic, right? And so that's something to keep in mind.
One quick question. Someone asked me about women nursing. If a woman is nursing, can she still take this product?
She can, Tim. That's a great question. The only thing that she safely can, for sure, during pregnancy and during lactation, this can be used. Which is pretty special. But if you really look at it, we're really just dealing with food, right? We're dealing with peptides that do have some amazing signaling supportive benefits, which we love that. But we're just dealing with peptides, little ginger, a little lemon peel, a little, beetroot, stevia. But all of that is safe during pregnancy and lactation. The only thing that I always point out is this can reduce appetite. Right? Many of us like that aspect because it quiets that food noise. Now, I have not seen it reduce the appetite so much that the person can't eat, right? But I always want to make sure that their appetite isn't suppressed to the point that they're not getting adequate nutrition. Tim, does that make sense? So we want to make sure they're still eating a good diet and they're able to, that this isn't shutting their appetite down so much that they're not eating well. And I haven't seen that happen, but I don't want it to happen either, right? So making sure that they still have enough appetite to eat a normal, healthy diet to support, them and the baby, and of course milk production. And so that's the only thing I mentioned, is to make sure that they're still eating well, right? And so that hopefully that's helpful.